Welcome to the
Brodies.
and we're back.
It's a Bruto.
A bunch of bros. This is what we doing now. Okay, y'all.
Zoom.
All I want to do is on the zoom. Yo, so we already on one. I'm Mr. Brown.
Slim.
Cass in the building.
B. Anthony.
Yo, so we are continuing our hot seat series as we get it going, but there's some other things we want to talk about today.
How to beat your meat on Zoom.
No, not how
I don't
to.
think it's an instructional. We're not telling people how to do it.
But I mean, in talking about it, I feel like
I don't think
if you
that
read
should
in
be
between
something.
the lines, you'll see that like, oh, this is how.
I don't think that's something that should be taught.
All right. So let's break down. If you're unfamiliar, America, Jeffrey Toobin, who works for the New Yorker and is a contributor to CNN, got caught. Caught? I don't even know if it's caught. He
Exposed
decided
to choke his chicken.
to masturbate during a business Zoom meeting. And according to the article that I read,
Done.
he was on the call with some like 20 other something people. And then he
review and somebody was like, yo, in the corner. Yo, what is he doing?
so he goes on mute and they like, oh, Jeffrey's talking to somebody else. He must be having another call going on over there.
Jeffrey was setting the mood.
And then he decides to expose himself and do what people do. And they, of course, said something, but I guess by that point he had his computer on a different setting.
App, so you couldn't see.
He probably turned the Zoom down, like I ain't listening to him no more and whatnot. And then
I believe the official term is mini view.
mini view. Then he goes off camera, like he turns it off, and then he joins back in the Zoom meeting, like, "Hey, what's up, everybody?" And everybody's like,
nigga, like,
"Do you know
what we just saw?"
And so the question I got to bring to you guys, or the discussion, is
There's a lot to discuss here.
why, how, what? Okay, so many things.
I think first, for me, I just want to know, how did the other people in the Zoom go? Like, who was the first one to go? Like,
Jeffrey.
Jeff. Like, you know when people are probably like chatting him on the side, like, Jeff, you're on camera. Jeff.
Hey, look, you messaging the host. Hey, yo, can you cut his camera off? Cut his camera off right now.
Host, who is the host?
Well, yeah, that was
That's
the
my first question.
Like,
who was the host?
Who's the host?
What if Jeffrey was the host?
Probably was. Just, they don't get all
Nah, he
this.
probably was the host. Like,
Well, they should have designated a co-host. Like,
Even if you're a co-host, you can't cut the host camera off, though, man.
well,
I just feel bad for the first person who discovered what he was doing, he or she. Like, just that, like, they're probably looking at it in either, not gallery view, but the other view, so it's like just them on the screen. And just like, whoa, what the fuck? Jeffrey grabbed the lotion. What? He put his pants down.
I don't.
Jeffrey!
Okay.
Jeff!
The play-by-play option, I don't think that happened. I do feel like, though, what was going on in that meeting for him to resolve that, hey,
Honestly, I feel like he was hosting, somebody else had to pull up, present something, and he was like, I don't really need to see this. I got like a good 5 minutes to...
Dog, but come on, it's the middle of the meeting.
yeah.
Did they look at some advertisement layout and they're like, ooh.
He might have woke up and was just was like, yo, y'all gonna get this today. Y'all gonna get this one today. I don't give a damn who watch it. I woke up feeling mighty strong this morning, and y'all gonna get it. And
His crush is probably in that Zoom meeting. He just like, yo, she looking good today.
Let me shoot my shot.
You know, I blame
That
his wife. If she had been doing her job, I'm just playing.
And you're gonna get some comments.
Even if she
You're gonna
is,
get some
man.
comments, bro.
that's just nasty.
Yo, the thing is, like, there's a lot of people came out and tried to defend him. Like, yo,
Wait, you're joking.
I'm dead ass. There's a lot of editorials like, yo, everyone does it. You know, what's the problem?
Not
Blah,
in front of other people, though. And if you do, you're getting paid for it. You are.
that part.
Sometimes you're not, man.
You going with Pornhub or?
Or OnlyFans, right?
Yo,
That is the new wave. Lisa Ray got
Yeah.
one.
I just feel like they're, I don't know.
the big problem is amongst all that, you are at work. It don't matter if you do it or not. If it was a special Zoom for special people doing special things, then yay. Have at it, brother.
That chicken away.
It's your time to shine. But you are at work. Now, I understand. You might be at a workplace. You might be working at the Popeye's chicken, and a customer come in, and you be like, damn, she thick. But it still is not the time to go in the back to
My
choke
thing
some
is,
chicken.
He said Popeyes. All the restaurants in America.
Like the shit that I go to often.
Popeyes.
You know what done happened at the Popeyes. One be like, damn.
Rest in Dodge today.
And it's biscuit.
Dog.
That give us some honey for it.
Dog. When I used to work at Papa John's, you know how many people I used to give discounts just because she was pretty enough? I'm like, pretty girl discount.
But
Like,
you-
oh my God, it's only $5. Yeah, it's
You
only
didn't have
$5.
sex with him after you got the discount.
Nah, I ain't go to the walk-in cooler afterwards, and
Like, yeah, I need 5 real quick. I need 5 real quick.
you got it up here, Billy. You got it.
Yeah, I
You
think
good?
My stomach hurt.
Yo, hold the register down. Hold it down. Yo, good
Man.
looks.
I'm like, dog.
Taking antibiotics.
Like you're a grown up, man. Like you can wait. Like you literally can wait.
How old is he?
It doesn't matter.
It really doesn't. It doesn't matter. I was about to look
'Cause
it
you know
up.
Old
but you're-
people just be like, yeah, I don't give a fuck.
Well, I do. The only thing that I am willing to not even accept fully is the fact that when you're working at home, I think the
You
line
know,
between work
He was at
and
home. He probably
for
had the
some
Zoom
people.
meeting up, and then he had something on the TV and was like, you know what? Oh, I don't need to be on the main
Maybe
camera
that's
right
what
now.
happened.
Try to-
Dog, no. If we go with this scenario that you're projecting right now, everybody at home right now, your wife in the other room on her Zoom meeting, your kids over there on their Zoom meeting in class, and you looked around and you was like, yo, let me see what she look busy. Look over there. My kids look busy.
Count to 10.
Look around. And you decided, like we teach on the Zoom all the
Right.
time. Like we're in Zoom meetings all the time. All the time.
sure.
So you never got the urge? None of y'all guys?
During class?
Hell no.
I would get
during
fired.
the
That's
meeting.
my job. I can't do that.
I'm not saying during class, but you
But-
guys
but-
in the
but
teacher
you're- but
meeting,
you're at
and then
home.
you're like, you know what? There's some bullshit on me, and I just need to be here.
Just as a general rule at my job, we literally just mute our cameras. We don't even turn it on just to avoid situations like that because we are. Well, let me rephrase that. Not to say that.
Oh,
we-
okay. So you give it a how-to? Okay.
Shut up. As standard practices, we just mute our cameras because we just don't know what could
Because you out there
happen.
practicing. Okay.
Yo, so we've been doing this. We've been doing
Hate you,
this.
Cass. I
Are
officially.
y'all
hate you.
right-handed or left-handers?
Right.
What is happening?
I be busting. I bust a stranger. You know, you sit on your hand till it goes sleep, and I feel like
I ain't gonna lie. I broke my right arm in high school, so I had a cast on, so I had to learn how to do everything with my left hand.
Man.
It's tough
You
times,
broke your
man.
arm masturbating? Wait, no, I missed the story. I'm sorry. I really
That's
did.
how Cass is so strong.
hey,
Nice biceps
you,
like
you
that.
don't need no hand. You got these couch cushions real quick.
Okay.
That's what a vacuum cleaner.
No. I broke my hand working out in the like weightlifting class.
Oh,
so
okay.
like I had to. So I broke my wrist like some hairs here, and they gave me the cast where I had to only all the way up to here because it needed to stay in place.
Okay.
So I was like, shit. I had to like my first driver's license. I had to sign it with my left hand for like about 2 months. I had to 2.5 months, I should say. I had to learn to do everything with my left hand. So I learned.
Yeah, man, it's crazy out there. You could have done no hands. There's plenty of tools out there. You don't need hands. You know, there's a will, there's a way.
Didn't Mayor Giuliani do something with his private area too?
Borat.
Borat, yeah.
Yeah.
I was watching a movie last night, but I ain't finished it. It's
Ain't get to that bar yet.
nah.
So I haven't seen it yet either, but it looks pretty bad, man.
Okay.
Even if they cut it up, he said he was tucking his shirt back in from taking the mic off.
Nah, fam.
But your hand,
Trousers at the waist.
Trousers down his ankles, like nah, fam.
You can't explain that
Oh
one.
wow.
So I don't even know what happened, but
Politicians need love.
I asked my mans, he was watching, and I was like, yo, is it as bad as they say? And he looked me dead in my eyes like, nah, it's worse.
Oh no.
I was like, dad, it's like, oh man, you gotta be looking like I'm doing something in my pants. And he's like, nah, bro,
He was tucking in his shirt.
It's a lot worse than they say. So getting back to Jeffrey, right? He did it at work, and even in the like, it is questions and concerns.
Right.
What was happening in this meeting that gave you the urge? You know what I'm saying? Like I understand. Like I said, working at the Papa John's every once and again when I was a teenager. 16.
Yeah, the stress.
When I was a teenager.
Yeah, you see some thick one up come up in there. You're like, ooh, man, when I get home, let me take these these mental pictures real quick, click. And I get this free time to myself, you know. But dog, as a middle-aged man that I am, I know how to be non-gratifying. Like, nigga, when I'm hungry, I don't eat necessarily on the Zoom. You know what I'm saying? I'll wait. And I'll be like, yo, I'm about to get off the Zoom, I'm about to get some lunch. That's the same thing he could have been like.
Jeffrey wasn't waiting.
Oh, that must be white privilege. So, is that what that is? Cool.
I'm sorry, that's funny.
Dog, we have made whole memes and jokes about the possibility of someone beating their stuff on camera.
It was gonna happen. It was a matter of time. It was gonna happen.
You guys
honestly.
actually sent me the funniest one. I don't know which one of you did it, but it was Slim. It was the
Slim
funniest
said
thing.
the most fucked up shit in our group chat.
How do you guys find this stuff?
Dude,
The
it's out
internet.
there.
The internet.
out
The
there.
internet. That's what you gotta know is the internet. Like
Yo,
the internet.
So I think it's like the craziest thing because we didn't seen these things, and that proves that he's old. Because we didn't seen it joked about enough, almost as cautionary tales. Like we done seen parents be naked in the back of the Zoom
With their kids.
with their kids. We'd be like, oh man. So we know the proper Zoom protocol.
Grandmother, like,
Is it that
couple
he's
weeks ago.
old or that he's not fully aware of the culture as it relates to technology?
Or maybe he doesn't understand how icons work. You know, because just the mic is shaped kind of like a phallic symbol. Maybe he thought that was you press that button and you ain't gonna see the.
I hate you, Brown.
I don't know if y'all heard this or not, but Slim said he saw a grandmother butt naked on the Zoom. I ain't gonna let you go by like you didn't say that.
No.
I didn't see moms naked on the
I
Zoom.
saw one too with a old lady. Well, not an old lady, but like a parent walked in on the kid's Zoom.
Yeah,
and she
I actually
was,
seen one like a couple weeks ago. It was a grandmother.
Oh wait, this is in real life. You're saying?
That-
Yeah,
that-
Oh, I missed
both
that.
That's
both
why.
of us have seen naked parents on Zoom where I had to immediately be like, let me cut this camera before anyone else notices but me. Hopefully they're on speaker view and not
Yeah.
gallery view. Cause I'm looking at every kid trying to see if they're doing their work and all that kind of stuff. And I was like, Zoom, mute.
What did you say?
It's a lot, man. It's a lot.
Yo,
So, do you guys feel like awkward just having that as a possibility? Does it make your jobs harder because that's something else you have to think about? Or
I think I'm more used to it now,
Yeah,
man.
it's like more normal.
Yeah, like you know.
So how often does it happen?
Keep the eyes out, cause I got to keep my eyes open for Zoom bombers. I got to keep my eyes open for inappropriate things going on in the background. So I'm almost like a mini bouncer as I'm teaching. I'm also like, let me see what kind of tomfoolery is afoot going on in the background.
Don't
so
drop that pin on nobody.
Yeah.
Drop that pin.
yeah, whoop. Yeah, pin that video and everything like that. So I think we got a lot of practice with Zoom for that not to befall us. But he proves he either hasn't had enough practice or
He just doesn't care.
yeah, because that's
I mean,
ridiculous.
for you to masturbate on a Zoom, that's a lot.
see, but here's the thing.
But I don't wanna
He
cut
thought
you
he
off.
was off Zoom.
A couple years ago, when I first moved to DC, I had caught the 70
Okay.
to Howard. Now, anybody know the 70? It's World Star. It's something wild on that bus.
Ain't as crazy as the X90, but that
Yo.
the X9. I mean, the X9 be woo.
Listen,
But anyway,
one
keep
day
going.
I was leaving class. It was like a Thursday. It had to be around like 8:30. Class had ended. I had caught the metro. I mean, I got on
AM
the
or
bus.
PM? AM or PM?
PM. Catch the bus, right? It's packed. You know, it's like August. It's like August. So school just started. It's nice outside, you know, and the bus has the best heat and AC ever, hands down. I'm in the back, minding my business, reading my book, right? And I look to the left of me. I'm like, yo, I know I'm not tripping. So I ignore it, right? I don't say anything.
He was hitting his
And
arm was hitting
then
your shoulder.
I look again. My man is
Completely
pants,
exposed.
Drawers, ankles. This man is going to work on the back of the 70 bus. I immediately hit the little yellow thing. Stop. I was
Like-
like, you got one back here. I did his ass now. And the reason I did it because it was like kids on the bus. You know what I'm saying? So
okay.
my thought was like, yo, if this dude is back here just letting loose, cool. But yo, it's kids. It's kids on this bus,
So
man.
then it's a
Shouldn't
hosp-
nobody be,
yeah.
I mean, obviously he wasn't all there.
But you know what's
But
up?
I definitely hit that yellow line. Yo, you
You-
got one.
yo.
You got one.
You pointed out a very important fact. The people that we've seen masturbate in the streets and on buses have generally been homeless people. And at a certain point, you was like, nigga, it's warm enough. I think I can give it a go. But Jeffrey has a job. I'm assuming he makes millions of dollars a year.
Yeah. He's not struggling.
He got 2 jobs. He worked for CNN and the New Yorker.
So you got
Dog,
Penny.
you got money and time. You can wait.
He could wait.
Like I ain't never like I've been horny. And not at any point during that horny
But
time.
it's a difference between being horny and
Horny.
horny. Horny, you just like, shit, man.
Man,
You gotta let it go.
hey, look, I'm about to go home and I'm in trouble. But I ain't never
Had the urge. To,
just pull it out at that moment because I'm a grown up.
Do you think that it's a conversation about sex addiction?
Maybe he got something deep. Maybe it's deeper than rap. You're right. Maybe it's deeper than rap.
Yeah, and he probably didn't really realize it until that moment happened. And
So we're in agreement. This is his wife's fault. If she had did what she
So-
was supposed to do,
I just
then
want to
he-
be clear, Brown,
Not
you're the
even
only
know.
one saying that.
Like you're literally the only one that's pushing
none
that
of us
narrative.
have put that
maybe
out as
maybe
a-
he was on punishment. Maybe
Nobody
you
else
ain't
has
getting
pushed
none
that
today.
narrative.
Cause you messed up. Definitely. You know what? Cool. I've been
Let's say we
backed
messed
a couple
up.
Days. Gotta catch and release.
oh my
It's a sticky
goodness,
situation. I just thought about what I said. I'm sorry.
I see what you did there.
No, I didn't mean to.
It was
sticky. But yeah,
Things happen.
speaking of things happening, so also this week we had some 2 septenarians
Oh boy.
talking about shit, and I found out some news, guys. Here's what I learned last Tuesday, whatever. Did you know wind mills or wind wind power? They make more pollution than natural gas plants. I learned that. Donald Trump taught me that. He also taught me
What else did he teach you?
he is the least racist person
in the room.
in the room.
No.
And that's what a black moderator sitting right there.
Yo, wait.
Don't say.
Yo.
Don't, because it's gonna piss me off. It's going to piss. It's gonna
He
piss me
is
off.
the least
He's
racist
racist
president since Abraham Lincoln.
What kills me is I've done more for the Black American community.
Oh, than any other
I ain't gonna
president
lie.
since Lincoln.
There was a Twitter thread where it was like, name people who's done more for black people than Trump. That shit had me dying.
Was that trending?
It was trending. They had like Pat Riley. It was just the names.
Brought him to the land.
Somebody
Bill
put
Belichick.
Stan Lee. I was like,
Yo,
It was just one of those moments where it's
Shit,
just
Bill
like
Belichick.
at this point you're just talking to be talking. Like you don't even think anymore. Like I feel like that was a very desperate move on his part.
oh, it was super
I really
desperate.
and I don't know how the election's going to turn out, but I just think he's at the point now where he's just trying to say anything. Something's happening.
Some-
I thought the moderator did a good job. I thought she was.
Oh no,
better.
she was my favorite moderator.
She was
Yeah.
better.
Yeah,
than-
she's the
like,
best-
she still
best
had
one.
a hard time, but it's like you did way better than
Then
any.
the other
first
two.
two, yeah.
Yeah.
So-
yeah, even the vice president. Yeah, the vice president won like Mr. President, Mr. Vice President, Mr. Vice President. But the thing is like crazy about Trump is that some Negroes are like drinking the Kool-Aid, and they don't put things in context because 20% of black men still support this man. No, or maybe a little bit less than that because we might be like 85% or 83% of black men support Joe Biden, while that 17% votes down to Trump. So they're drinking the Kool-Aid like, oh, he's done more for black people than anybody else. And I'm like, okay, let's put this shit in context. First of all, the economy was going up regardless of what the hell Trump did, one way or the other. Bam, just keep it steady. That's all he really had to do.
Right.
Like he literally didn't have to do anything. Just keep.
When they bring up the whole criminal reform shit, right? He did criminal reform and he had some niggas, some people in there being thankful for the grace and mercy of Massa letting them free and whatnot. I was like, that's cool and all, but I think he's doing this criminal justice reform because he know his peoples is about to go to jail, him included. So let me go ahead and sign this law. It looks good for me to make sure I don't got to serve all this time. Justice reform, we need criminal reform because, nigga, I'm a criminal. Nigga, you ain't slick.
Oh, no. You know what you're doing.
And then the jobs and all that, considering. But the thing is with Trump is that he thinks everything is transactional. If I do this one thing for you, you should love me. Yeah. And I'm like, but there's so many, your actions scream that you're such a racist. You remember it was taboo to call, like, white people hate when you call them racist.
Oh, yeah.
That's like the worst thing you can call them. You can call them a honky if you're still in the 70s, if that's what you tend to do.
A cracker?
Yeah, like there's a whole bunch of names you can call white people and they would not get upset. I'm like, hey, that's cute.
Racist?
How dare you call me a racist?
I'm not a racist.
I'm not a racist at all. But it is common practice that we be like, Donald Trump is a racist, and they're like, yeah, you're right. like they don't even question you no more. Like,
yeah, you're right,
Yeah.
fam.
Like you win.
and,
you got it.
And he doesn't understand that. And only someone who is racist would go, I am the least racist person in the room. I wouldn't even say that shit, and I don't even believe black people could be racist. And I'm like, nigga, I don't know. I ain't did all my research. I believe this, but
I was just thinking that you said least racist, so you're still racist.
You're still racist
That was,
on someone.
that was like, Mom, it was like, you're still racist. You just said the least. Like,
But what I have noticed to your point about the percent that's still supporting him, they are really targeting black men on YouTube. Have y'all seen the ads where they have the black men?
no, I haven't seen those.
Oh man, they have these black men, like one's emptying out a truck or it's doing something, and he has a construction outfit. It was like, oh my God, without Trump, I wouldn't be here today. Da, da, da. And it's very blanket. And so by the time you get through all of this, you're just sitting here, and to someone who isn't informed or who will look at that and be easily influenced, it's like, well, he is doing a lot for black people, but they've been running a lot of those videos as YouTube ads.
yeah, like the most though, he's doing some things just because we happen to be here.
And it depends on which black you're talking about. That's the other thing too.
Because you can't tell me that systemic racism doesn't exist. Because if a disease is out there, that's supposed to be like everyone should get affected the same, right? It's a damn disease. We should all die at the same rates. We should all whatever.
But if only niggas really dying from it.
We ain't the only, but we dying at a high rate. It must be something in the goddamn system. Like, come on, G. Like, so protect me. You doing all this shit for black people. Keep me from dying. Why all the white people dying? Like, all the like you did all this shit for black people. Like, come on, fam. You did more than U.S. Grant. At least U.S. Grant, nigga, at least had soldiers down there make sure we was voting and shit. And down there, you did more than Truman, who desegregated the goddamn military. You did more than Truman, bitch. You did more than LBJ, who got the Civil Rights Movement Act signed. Huh? You did more than that? You did more than Barack Obama just being a nigga?
The answer is yes to all of those questions.
Like, shit, got me confused out here, man. I'm just, you the least racist though, so,
I just think it's
yay, Trump.
I hope that the few that are supporting them are really thinking as to what their why is. I think
There's only one why.
What do you think that why is?
If you ain't making millions of dollars, nigga, I do not understand you. And there's only so many backwards niggas who don't care about the community that say that. And that's 50 Cent. See, he should be a part of that. This is what I say. And the nigga made an album called Get Rich or Die Trying. So clearly, this nigga does not care about you. I want money or I will die. My money is worth more than your humanity. So, of course, this nigga's like, you want me to tax me what? 64%? Get the fuck out of here.
Even those numbers were a lot, but still, it was just like.
Is it? Let's go back to the statement. I got my history degree. I'm gonna put this shit on.
Biden said it during the debate that the numbers in that little meme shit that 50 posted.
64%. Let's go back. So we got a statement out that says "Make America Great Again." Right. When you talk about "Make America Great Again," what fucking era are they talking about? They talking about the 50s before the niggas were rebelling and they wanted to get their rights back. according to the 13th, 14th, 15th Amendment, right? So if we go back to the 50s, you know what the tax rate for the upper 1% was in 1950s?
Let me know.
You want to make a guess? You want to make a guess?
55.
64%.
When America was great?
55.
72%.
I was close.
72. And Rockefellers weren't complaining. Niggas like, I'm still balling on your ass. Taxes don't mean I'm not taking 72%. It's over a certain amount, my nigga.
Right.
So once you get over this amount, I'm going to take 72% of that. Nigga, you good. You still got millions and millions of dollars. You straight.
No, it's not all of my millions, though. Why
It's definitely not all your
Why
millions.
should I give any of my millions away to the freaking country? I earned those millions.
What country made it available for your bitch ass to make the millions of dollars?
Just throwing the questions.
No,
out there.
I'm replying to your hypothetical human that you're talking about. Who bought all this gas from you, Rockefeller? We did, nigga. We wanted our houses warm, so we bought the shit from you. So we made the country that made it available for you to make your money. So give it back so we can get some good roads and bridges. Nigga, our bridges are falling apart. You ain't got to do shit for niggas. Because I'm going to use the bridge too. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I don't live in those neighborhoods, so why should I have to pay for it?
Nigga, you don't use the interstate. Nigga, you don't use Amazon. Them niggas be in trucks. They don't go back and forth. Nigga, what you talking about?
DoorDash.
you don't use none of this shit?
I can pay for my own chef.
Nigga, we gotta subsidize the farmers. Get out of here with you.
Okay, I'm done.
Yeah, we gotta pay for these people. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's what made America great, is that we used all our vast wealth to make sure everybody's straight. And I understand, that the powers that be had convinced a lot of poor white folk to do shit that's gonna hurt them because they don't want niggas to benefit from it. They'll rather, there's a story about this public pool in I want to say Alabama, and the courts decided that, hey, that pool's funded by public money, and y'all can't have it segregated. You know what these fools did? They drained the pool. So instead of letting niggas swim in the pool, they was like, nah, nigga, none of us get to swim there. That's how much I don't want. See, they killing themselves what they love. That's what Green Mile said. They killing themselves what they love.
Bars.
So that's like the crazy shit. Like, racism has convinced a lot of white people to hurt themselves in every single way, and that shit's crazy
It's worth
to
the
me.
sacrifice.
Okay, if you say so, man. I'm just trying to educate, bro. I'm just trying to educate. The shit's crazy out here in these streets,
It's crazy, man.
and hopefully this guy gets voted out. But if he doesn't, nigga, I've been saving money. I'm going to Canada. Fuck y'all.
Oh,
Bottle be from the 6th.
I think I want to go someplace warm.
Man, if Mexico ain't have so many goddamn if they COVID shit wasn't so high, nigga,
Mexico's the new Florida.
I'll go to Mexico. Like, shit, go to Oaxaca. You know what I'm saying?
The way you said that, so like, why are you saying that like that? I go to Mexico. I see too many people down there. I'm like, it's I don't want to risk it.
Go to Virgin Islands or some
I would
shit.
love to go to the Virgin Islands.
I would either go there or like somewhere like Turks and Caicos.
You know what I'm saying? All right, fellas. I've stalled enough. Apparently, I'm supposed to be on the hot seat today. My britches on fire. If you missed out on some other episodes, we already put Cass on the hot seat where you can ask any question. Oh, I'm sorry, I burped.
Say
Okay.
natural body function.
Yeah.
We're not freaked out by
we
it.
will not go.
That's
into
Okay, I'm
that's
done.
that's an
I'm
off-air
done.
joke. And it
I'm
will
done.
stay
I'm sorry.
off-air. But that
How do
was
you say
beautiful.
I'm sorry, America? They can't see me in the camera. Sorry, America.
I don't never tell America. I'm never sorry. I'm never apologizing for none of my actions at all. So I'm on the hot seat today. The Brodies are gonna interrogate me. Hopefully, you learn more into my psyche and understand me a little bit more as we go in further into the series. I also want to say, nigga, do you realize that this year's almost over? Like, goddamn, we are semi-surviving. This is the longest year of my life. But we here.
We're here.
It's the last week of October.
Whoop whoop.
And then it's November.
What are you going to do for Halloween? Who are you for Halloween? That's my first question.
I'm a black man.
I knew he was going to say it. That's why he even asked that question. Because I know him.
I was just curious. Okay, I'm sorry.
So I do admit, I came from a household that didn't really do Halloween like that. We didn't celebrate.
Sure.
That's a pagan holiday. We don't do that shit.
Same.
I was at church.
Yeah.
You know.
Hallelujah night.
But you want candy. Like it's rude not to have candy. And so my mom was like, you can go out. So I was a ninja. I don't know if you know the kind of ninja was where you get a white T-shirt and put it over your face and tie the sleeves behind your head. I was that kind of ninja. For many a year, I was a ninja from the age of 7 to the age of 12 when I think I was a little too old to be asking strangers for candy no
A
more.
white ninja for 4 years.
So,
Did she have any tools or like nunchucks with you or anything?
or did she just?
Nigga,
give you
where
a
was I getting nunchucks from? Nigga, I found a stick in the yard.
I just
nigga.
said she just gave you a stick.
Don't be creative.
I got
Brown over there.
I got a bow, nigga. Like,
Like,
come
nigga
on.
have like, I'm like, nigga, you just take this candy, get the hell off my property, little ass nigga.
Wow.
So you got to do it like that. So I did start throwing like bomb ass Halloween parties later on in my life. You know, so I've dressed up like the hottest rapper of the late '90s, early 2000s, Ja Rule. I did dress up like him.
Oh yes, I was there for that one. Where's Ja?
Is that official?
He's definitely the hottest rapper of the late '90s, early 2000s. Who was hotter than Ja?
Wasn't Jay
hottest?
still?
No one was hotter than Ja Rule. Nobody.
Jay-Z was kind of.
He was not hotter. I ain't say the best. I said the hottest.
Are we going with Vinny Vici? That album?
Holla. Yeah, like, nigga, you can't, like, you can say what you want.
DMX, but whatever.
Yeah.
No,
the
DMX wasn't hotter because DMX had the great albums. But, like, nigga, I don't know if you remember, it's 1999, 2000,
When did
2001.
Nelly come out?
Yeah. He was doing that hot shit too, but he wasn't hot like Ja Rule. He was so hot that 50 was like, I gotta take a nigga out. He is too hot, and he is singing.
We don't have
Yeah,
to
but
talk
that was
about
more
her
like,
anymore.
all right, whatever. Yeah, it was
It's just those rainy days.
Oh, he was. I'm sorry. You know what? I just went to a BET award show, and he was on that stage like 5 times that night.
you know, I'm gonna
Got it.
do my research and then get back to you now.
Nigga, y'all been quit sleeping on Jeffrey. Jeffrey was the hot shit. So I dressed up like him. I did DMX. I did Tupac. Notice I did a theme of bald-headed rappers.
Bald-headed black rappers. I didn't want to say. Oh God.
Made his costume very easy. Bald head rappers already
He was a
there.
bandana. In his
Yeah, most of they all need just a bandana and a bald head. Like, which rapper you this year? Like, nigga,
He's the hot one with the bald head this year.
throw that out there.
Oh
Wow.
God.
But yeah,
Guess I'll go on my next question. Can you give your name for the lovely audience?
America. My name is Devin L. Brown. Not MED. Master Education. Man, there you go. Put that shit on there in my name.
Where are you from? Even though you say it every episode at some point.
I was born.
I was born by the river.
I was born in Charleston, South Carolina, and raised in Goose Creek, South Carolina.
Isn't that the same as Leonard?
Leonard. Breakfast Club.
Breakfast. Charlotte.
He from Monk's Corner.
Oh,
There's a difference. That's up the street. That's up the highway. That shit ain't the same place. They actually got monks in Monk's Corner. Just to let y'all niggas know. Like, there's an abbey, nigga. You can get eggs. Eggs.
So then, can you tell us some about your early adventures in South Carolina growing up?
Early adventures.
Like, describe it to somebody who's never been to South Carolina. How would you
Oh,
describe
okay.
it?
How would I describe it? All right, I'm going to describe Charleston first because I believe Charleston is the prettiest city in America, and I will bet money on it. It has also been voted on numerous occasions
Slim's face.
as the kindest city in America.
Like,
What-
you mean like racist?
No, we kind of like Charleston itself is actually ain't too much racist type shit that's like overt because we still like a kind, gentile kind of thing. Now you go out outskirts. You're gonna be like, because like this is a planter city. So we got the old mansions that go back to the 1700s. And growing up, I literally thought all the early U.S. history revolved around 3 places: Boston, Philly, Charleston. That's the only 3 that mattered. All the rest of the goddamn colonies did not matter. Unless you was from Virginia, because that's where all the presidents came from. And then you got North Carolina, which we say about North Carolina, it's a valley between 2 mountains of arrogance. That's what it is, because South Carolina was the richest colony in the nation. Do that Carolina gold rice, nigga. That's what we was making. Black folk. Gullah Gullah Island. That's where I'm from Gullah Gullah people. And then Virginia just being, Virginians. Fuck Bush. Not Bush, Washington. Fuck Bush too, but
I will say I just looked up on travelandleisure.com the top cities in the USA, and I unfortunately have to say that Charleston, South Carolina is number 1.
Oh my god.
Bam, nigga.
Oh my God.
You thought I was lying on this shit?
Yeah,
Wait,
nicest,
number
nicest.
1 as far as.
Yeah, just on travelandleisure.com, so I'm assuming the travel there and leisure.
But
there.
he made very specific claims as far as it being the cleanest. And
he said-
I didn't say clean.
He said
I said
nice.
kind.
Kind, I'm
Nicest. Like,
nicest.
I'm just going on what this website says. Number 2 is New Orleans.
I am 87% correct. I don't be making bullshit. I don't understand why y'all be second
Number
guessing.
6 is New York City.
I just
throw that
never
out
heard that before. That's all.
Because you ain't been there, baby. It's beautiful.
My
Beautiful
family's
down.
actually from South Carolina.
Like, it's beautiful in Charleston. I don't even claim I'm from South Carolina. I'm from Charleston. Because the rest of South Carolina, backwards. And I don't want to be associated with the backwardsness.
Then I would say my next question: what made you want to go to Morehouse?
So in 1992. Yo, so for real talk, my mom is very pro-black. She's been on the podcast, so shout out to Mom Dukes. And she took me out of school one day to go see a movie called Malcolm X.
Okay.
And so I felt it was very interesting that she took me out of school early to watch a movie that was rated R. I'm in elementary school, and clearly she had seen this movie before because she knew when to cover my eyes and whatnot. She covered my eyes, never my ears. She was like, "Nah, you're gonna hear everything they got to say, but we're not gonna. I don't want you to see simulated sex acts on Malcolm X. If you haven't seen Malcolm X's simulated sex acts, so."
So you went back to watch it to see.
No, I've seen it several times. I actually got a signed copy of Malcolm X. And so I was like, who made this? Like, and it was like, oh, Spike Lee. I'm like, oh man, I want to make movies too. What school did Spike Lee go to? He went to Morehouse. She ain't tell me that he got like really most of his like film training from NYU, but that's neither here nor there.
I was going to bring that up.
But I was like, oh shit. So I wanted to go to Morehouse. That was my first thing when I was 7 years old. I want to go to Morehouse. And then I found out Martin Luther King went to Morehouse. I'm like, cool. All right, cool. Samuel Jackson went to Morehouse. Oh, the first mayor of Atlanta went to Morehouse. Damn, like this is where the movers and shakers go. And so it really came down to it that was always going to be an option to go to Morehouse. And when I became a senior, I was like, I really got to get the fuck out of South Carolina. It's my home. But I really got to get the fuck out of South Carolina. And then it also helped that the summer going into my senior year, my mom sat my ass down on the couch and said, hey, baby, I got some news to tell you. We spent all the money on your brother. I hope you get a scholarship. And I was like, oh, shit. Nigga. Let me bust my ass so I can get out of South Carolina. And so I actually applied to Morehouse in like July. Oh, wow. By August, I had been accepted and got a tuition scholarship to go. And I was like, well, bang, I'm going to go there. But of course, I applied to a lot of other schools. Let me show you how much I want to get out of South Carolina. I had got the South Carolina Teaching Fellow Scholarship. I could have went to any school in South Carolina, Clemson University, South Carolina, College of Charleston, any school in South Carolina I went to for free. I said no. I was like, nah, I'm good. I know Morehouse only gave me half. I'll make it work.
I'll figure this shit out.
I'll make it work.
I did make it work, but I was like, yo. But yeah, like Morehouse is always there. I always wanted to be at HBCU. My mom and dad met at a HBCU. They both went to Grambling. I asked my mom if I should apply to Grambling. She said, "Nah, you good." I'm like, "Oh damn, that's not a ringing endorsement."
That's why.
So I applied to Morehouse, Clark Atlanta, Howard, FAMU.
Which ones did you get into?
I got in every school I applied to.
Okay.
Nice.
Always, nigga, I'm smart as fuck. What the fuck y'all talking about? Nigga, you ain't know? Hey, get your shit together, brother.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
All right, Brian, I got a question.
Yeah, I applied to every school in Florida because they got that public application. Nigga, Florida State, University of Florida, Miami. No, Miami's private. I applied to all them shits. Norfolk State, I wanted to go there because they had a recording studio. Nigga, I was like, I'm going to be a rapper. And be in Norfolk. But my mom was like, you
met
ain't
up
going
with
there.
the Neptunes.
Could have. It didn't work out. Washington University, St. Louis. You know, I applied to all type thing. I had an interview for Yale. I ain't go, though, because I didn't want to be a lonely black face in a white
I played baseball
CFO.
on Yale's campus. Beautiful campus.
I was like, I ain't going no goddamn Yale.
Who was your first crush when you were in elementary school?
First crush. Megan Good. As easy as that. That's why she's my one.
You are very consistent with that.
Consistent. But you know why I like Megan Good so much, right?
Why?
Because she's sexy.
Nah, it goes beyond. It's deeper than rap.
She was in Cousin Skeeter.
She was a cousin skater, but it's deeper than that. So in 19...
Continue.
So I was an awkward kid growing up, right?
Okay.
I had glasses and braces. I was short. Had a little fro. I don't know if you ever watched In the House with LL Cool J.
Yes.
But I used to ride my bike through the hood and they'd be like, Austin! What up, Austin? I don't know if y'all seen it. I didn't get Steve Urkel. I got Austin.
Which is not that good.
It's not that good. Not that good at all. And so I go to summer camp, 4-H camp, Head, Heart, Health, and Hands. You know, you gotta know that. And there's this girl at the camp. And we're 12, and I think she had got hit that puberty a little bit harder than the rest of us. And even with my glasses off, I was like, damn, she thick. I could see that shit right there. And we was swimming in the lake, right? And I was like, I'm going to go talk to her. I was there with my stepbrother, Devin. You know, I got a stepbrother named Devin. I don't know if you know that. And he's like, you ain't going to talk to her. You ain't going to talk to her. I was like, nah. So I scoot up, and I'm like, hey, my name is Devin. She's like, hey, my name is Megan. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. We yapping, like, yo, you want to go to the dance with me? And she's like, yeah, I would love to go to the dance with you. I'm like, bet. At this point, nigga, I don't dance. Never danced a day in my life. Never done any of these shits before, right? And I get to this end of the week because every camp has a dance section, right? And I'm freaking out. I'm sweating profusely.
Teach me how to dance. Teach me the hips.
No, so, no, my niggas ain't even tell that because there's a lot of white people there. and so they got a strobe light and it's making me sick. I go outside, I throw up. This is how nervous I am. And it gets to the end of the night, have not danced with this girl at all. At all. But she's banging and I gotta shoot my shot. I go and they start playing Cupid's 112. I grab her, we dancing slow. I'm glad they do the slow songs. And I was like, I'm just going to do whatever the hell she does. She started grinding. Nigga, I start grinding. she go to the flow. Nigga, I go to the flow. Nigga, I put that hand back, nigga, and she sat on my lap as I'm doing all that. And she's like, oh, okay, all right. And then she told me after that, I'm the best dancer she had ever been with. Thus far, nigga, we 12. She shouldn't have been that many dancers at this point and grinding on niggas. But my whole world had changed. Her last name start with a G. I don't want to say the shit because, you know, protect or whatever. And I was like, I'm in love. And when I go back to middle school, these bitches can't tell me shit because I done danced with the best looking girl I've ever seen in my whole life, and she didn't reject me, and she accepted me who I am, and she thought I was a great dancer, and she saw me perform More Money, More Problems with my peoples on the talent show, and we killed that shit, and I get home, watch Cousin Skeeter, and I'm like, holy shit, Megan Good looks like the Megan from camp, holy shit, and I instantly had a crush on her because she reminded me of another girl. And so it's to this point that if Megan Good gives me a shot, I know she's married to a dude named Devin right the fuck now. That like I'm going. I'm sorry.
We should beat his ass.
No, it's good. This nigga threw
Minister
another
for
interception.
Houses.
So yeah.
Okay, a couple of things with your story. So you don't really like Megan Good. You just like the experience that the other Megan G gave you, and it just so happens that when you saw Megan Good, they kind of
Yeah,
look like each
but
other.
Megan Good really filled out nicely because I've been liking her since I was 12 and Megan Good was 14. And I don't know if you watched Cousin Skeeter. She was kind of like an awkward little girl, but then she grew up, and Lord,
Did she grow up?
my God,
Waist deep?
What I'm hearing too,
you know how many bad movies I've watched with Megan Good in it?
we don't have to talk about that.
Damn near all of them, but I'll watch
You
them.
stop that right there. She's been in some very good movies,
Name 'em.
actually. She was in Shazam.
Was she in it or what? Nah,
And then
she was
she
in it
was-
for like 10 minutes.
No, she was in Shazam, so it counts.
She was in it for like 10
People
minutes.
get nominated for Oscars for less than a 10-minute performance.
She was in Shazam like Chris Brown was in Stomp to Yard. Like, you was in it, but you wasn't in it.
You still got paid, so
That
it is what it is.
And what's the one in the Louisiana where the voodoo stuff?
You talking about Eve's Bayou?
Eve's Bayou. Mm-hmm. Classic.
Juicy little system.
Yes. I hate you. No, you're not calling him Juicy. She was also in Deliver Us from Eva, another good movie.
All right.
Okay.
If you say so.
The Steve Harvey, the first one.
Oh, think like a man.
Think Like a Man, where she says she's not giving up the cookie.
I watched all of it.
Yeah, I'm just
Like,
you're getting okay. This is something else is going on. Here.
No, I've seen all these joints, and I'm like she's hella attractive and everything like that. And yeah, I still have like a mad crush, but it is like deeper than rap because she reminds me of a girl that I once knew.
Okay.
Gotcha.
then I have another question for you. If you were to get married again, how much would you spend on the ring?
How much would I spend on a ring? How deep is your love for me? Tell me what's it gonna be? Do you see yourself with a nigga like me? It will be appropriate for the amount of love that I show.
That's a bold statement because that ring is basically saying, showing the love.
But I think there's like deeper things of love than a ring. Like if I was to leave all my shit in your house.
That poetry snap.
No, but no, I like it's like deeper things. If I'm like able to make you amuse, I think that shows deep appreciation for you and create some art based around your things. So.
Well, it also depends too on what your love language is. That's another thing.
Yeah, because gifts is actually my lowest love language.
Right.
Same.
I'm not a
Mine
gifts
is zero.
person.
Like, don't give me gifts. Like,
I don't know what my love language is actually.
mine is physical touch.
Mine is quality time. You welcome, bitches.
Welcome.
You're in my space.
I like you.
Yeah, I'm very protective of my space and my time. I am that. So if I invite you into my world and I'm comfortable with you being in a prolonged version of that time, then I really care for you. And so it's kind of hard for me to apply a numerical value to something like a ring when that's not necessarily my go-to of how I display my love, my devotion, my affection towards somebody. I'm really about the time I spend with you. Like, that's super, super important. Because I don't even like texting back people. So I was like, is it worth my time texting you back?
Right.
And that's like a second of time. I could be doing something else. And, you know, that's just the way I feel about it. So you want me to spend X amount of money, that's just not how my brain is wired. But I'm not one to negate that some people's are gifts. So how important is it to you so that you know that I fully love and appreciate who you are?
Do you prefer to be the Brown that is more accessible to people, or do you get a joy out of being a little bit more mysterious or complex to make people work hard to get to the core of who you are?
I don't think I'm a serious complex at all. I'm an open book, nigga. I'll tell you everything you goddamn want. My nigga once told me, it was like, you tell everybody every little thing about you, thinking that allows them to know who you are, but you really use that as a defense. And I'm like, whatever, nigga, you ain't no psychologist, nigga. What's your degree in? I thought it was economics, bitch. What you talking about? You don't know me.
Economics.
The fact that he literally just said economics.
He's like the far end spending like, what?
But nah, like, I'm not afraid. I'm not trying to be mysterious or anything like that. It's just a matter of like, yo, nigga, we here. Enjoy the ride. If you feel you got a good understanding of who I am as a person, I think I am the quintessential thing of my actions speak louder than my words.
Okay.
So if you feel the love through my actions, bet. Because my words will tell you something, but do you still know me? With all that being said, because I'm too selfish to lie. Because to lie to someone means I got to maintain a lie, and I don't care enough to maintain a lie for other people. I don't lie because of selfish reasons. Like, I don't lie because, like, nah, nigga, you're not worth my energy to maintain this ruse.
That you want me to upheld right now. Okay, like, where was he? Niggas over there. Right.
What did I tell him? Oh, shit. Nigga, I don't care enough to be maintaining this lie.
All right, then I got another question for you. Well, since everybody's obviously listened, they know you went through a divorce because we kind of celebrated it here.
Yeah,
which
yeah.
was kind of funny.
Big ups, big
Celebrated.
ups.
Yeah, we did. We had like,
Yeah, man.
like, he's out, he's free. It was like,
Lost my wife, won't question my blessing.
see, yeah. So I want to know
I learn something new about you guys every time. It is amazing.
because I feel like I know how that would go for me. So I wanted to know what made you go, oh, I guess not. I guess over it, or like I'm finally past all the situation and everything around it. Did that make sense?
Tell me a little bit more.
When did you was like, all right, I'm over this. I'm officially like putting this in the trunk
Am
behind me.
I over with the past relationship, or I'm like, nah, nigga, we need a divorce?
I think Cass is going with the past relationship.
Yeah.
Then the divorce.
Yeah.
So at what point did you know that, I'm done with this? The relationship part.
And then the second part, like, because I know, like, obviously going through divorce is like there's the headache of that. You have to coordinate. When you were just like, I could finally put all this past me and just go forward and not have to worry about anything behind me.
All right, I'm gonna parse together what I think you're saying. So the part when I was actually officially over my relationship was when my anniversary happened and I didn't break down in tears, which was, it's tough. Like, you're depressed and everything like that. You're just trying to go through the actions. But I was like, holy shit, I'm not crying during this time. I knew I wanted a divorce or needed a divorce when I realized it was actually a moment. And, I got drunk one night and I was kicking it with my boys and I came back home. And I go upstairs and I'm talking and it was something about chores of I'm the one responsible for washing and folding clothes. That was my shit. And I was like, oh, fuck, I forgot about the clothes in the washer and the dryer. And I was like, let me go take care of that. I'm walking down the stairs and I fall down the stairs. Boom, 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 boom. I hit like every motherfucking stairs. Like bam, 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 bam.
Them stairs hurt, though.
Yeah,
Them stairs hurt.
Like,
That would make you, yeah.
them shits hurt.
So I fall down the stairs, and of course it makes a lot of racket. And so she comes down to check on me. And I immediately burst into tears saying, you can't see me like this anymore. You're not allowed to see me like this anymore. You're not allowed to see me vulnerable. You don't get the opportunity to even see me be embarrassed. You don't get the opportunity to see me at my worst. And I just it poured all out. And I was like, yo, I'm done with this. Like, The fact that I could fall downstairs and I'm like, bitch, you can't see me like this, crumpled up on the ground. It happens. Like, I've embarrassed myself all the time with no care whatsoever. I don't care what you think of me, but I knew at that point that I did not want her to have the opportunity to be in a position to judge me and my faults. You no longer have that opportunity. You no longer have that chance. And at that point, I was like, yeah, and if you want to maintain a friendship with me when it's all said and done, because we was kind of like teetering back and forth, I was like, I think you should move out now. And she was like, bet. So on my 33rd birthday, whatever, she moved out. So we still celebrated my birthday and everything. Went to an escape room and everything. And I don't think anybody even realized that nigga, she just moved out earlier today. Like, she's not at that house no more. As we're like, hey, ooh, let's get out the fucking room, nigga. And all that shit, man. So, you know, that's when you know. You know. That's a good ending point today. You got one more.
I think just knowing you for a while now and watching you.
I got one last question before we
go
end
through
it.
all that. You know, you definitely have like really came out 10 times stronger. I feel just as a friend to friend perspective, I would say.
I was drinking wine, America. That's why I wasn't responding. Thank you.
Man, you putting like the deep ass voice on.
Oh man, nigga, how you think I get the ladies?
But we're not ladies.
But ladies listening, how you doing, baby?
You know, cool. I understand. Would you have any questions, Brian?
You were going to ask the next
I was gonna say, what were your first thoughts of me
Done.
when you met me, and then when they was like, "Yo, he need to live with you," or "Can he live with you?"
All right. My first thoughts of Cass, I thought he was East African.
I don't know. That's fine.
Yo, Brian's definitely getting more and more comfortable each episode.
Word, because he let the laughs
More and
go.
more
I love
comfortable.
it. I love it.
So,
Okay, East African.
East African, okay.
Yeah.
What?
So you had the flat top, came to the Halloween party and whatnot, and your facial structure and your skin tone with the flat top remind me of the Somalians, the Kenyans, the Ethiopians that I had met in my day. And
All of that area.
that area.
the Horn of Africa, from Deja Booty, from Uganda, nigga, Rwanda, nigga, what else is over there? You don't look like you're from the Sudan. You don't look Sudanese to me. But you remind me of some East Africans, so I thought you was an East African dude with the flat top and whatnot. And your name was Kasim. And so I was like, okay, you brought this damn East African to my house. All right, cool beans. And so and you hopped on in the games. I think it was playing like King's Cup and whatnot. And you was about the boisterous life, and you wasn't afraid to endear yourself with the other people in the party. So I was like, okay, cool. And then Slim was like, hey, somebody needs a place to stay. You cool if you live here? I'm like, who is this nigga? And he was like, yo.
That's literally what he said. That's literally what he said, laying on his couch.
And I know the way he was probably laying on his couch too,
He had
with
his
his
white beater
blanket.
on. He had that brown blanket
Blanket
covering
over.
like his legs.
Yeah, that's,
Oh my
that's his
God.
go-to position. Like I know exactly how he was laid out. He was probably looked up. He didn't even like move on. He just looked up. Like,
he
yo.
definitely had like some pajama pants on with no socks.
Probably had some Dr. Pepper in front of him. Some
No, it
shit
was on
like
the floor. It was empty though. It was empty. It was empty 2 liter.
yo, we noticed
A whole 2 liter dog.
that
Like,
shit lasted like a week and a half.
hey,
Like,
look, nigga ain't share that shit with nobody. Just buy 2 liters, nigga.
I was the only person I know who drinks Dr. Pepper. Like, the only person I know who drinks Dr. Pepper.
shit, that was funny.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so I was like, oh, he was at the party. He seemed cool. So, like, yeah, I ain't had no animosity. You wasn't like no lame nigga coming to the house or whatnot.
He's from East Africa.
Yeah, he's from East Africa.
He's got some drip to him.
Yeah, like you just know he got gold chains and tight shirts and shit. I just hope he wears deodorant, nigga. That was the main thing.
That's the thing I do.
And then it's like his last name is Graham. This nigga's not East African. You sure he ain't got East African in him? Word. Where he from? Where's his parents from? New York. After New York, nigga. What's after that? All right. But yeah, does that answer your question?
It does.
So, if you had to describe each of us,
Oh God.
Oh, it's a good one.
let me see. Let me be kind. If you had to describe each of us, yeah, how would you do it? I guess with one sentence or one phrase, or
All right.
start with the West African.
So Cass, my little brother, Slim, a kind enigma, Brian,
We technically just met this year, so I understand if it's
jovial new guy. Then, since that's what the fuck you want, since you want to make a ass before I answer questions.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, that's what you get now. That's
fine. I'll take it.
Ain't no going backs. No backsies, nigga. No
All right,
backsies.
so I'll play off of that question just for shits and giggles. If you was trying to put us on with somebody, how would you describe us?
Oh, that's a good question.
I'm going to be quiet.
Yo, my little brother, he tall. He like to laugh and smile and all that shit. He like to work out, so he fit. So take that as you want to see it.
The funny thing is, I believe this is exactly how you would say it. Like,
True that.
So like, take it as is. What right there? Like yeah, he's a cool guy. I would let him date my sister. I think that's a seal of approval, right?
Let's date your sister. Like
that's the ultimate stamp of approval because you gotta be like,
Slim, man, he's really cool with kids. Like kids love him, and he has a kind heart. And he's going to do right by you. So, bam, right there. Oh, he also tall because he's taller than me, since that's what they're gonna ask.
Y'all got different daddies. Like yeah.
Yeah, he's taller than I am. Brian, creative, cool guy, smart guy who really thinks about things very technical and looks at the ins and outs of things. Get to meet him. He's one of my new homies. So, y'all can go look at some art house films together if that's your bag. And enjoy. He loves vodka popsicles, so y'all want to get
if you get them, you're in. That's all you gotta do.
like, yeah,
That is too awesome.
So, hop on it, man. I try to put you on. I'm an excellent wingman, dog. Excellent wingman, even though I'm also known to leaving niggas too. But
Oh no, it's you just get used to. You be like, cool.
shit, nigga, you gotta go where nature calls, man. Well, used to. I don't do that shit no more.
That's me.
And on that note,
Should end it right there.
it was a wonderful pod, guys. Also, for shits and giggles, I had a Wonder Max of 300 pounds on the bench. I just wanted to say that. Nobody cares, but I just wanted to say that. No. Brown was there. He saw it. Saw the proof I need.
I put up 225.
And I'm a race slim still. It was raining today. I didn't want to tear my ACL,
I'm going to say this with love.
Anytime you say that, the ultimate hate is about to come.
No, this is just a statement of fact. When this subject comes up, for the last 3 weeks, you've given a different excuse every time. I'm starting to
my
believe.
raise. Oh shit.
I'm starting to believe that this isn't happening, and it's fine. I don't think it should if you don't want it to.
You know what?
But it's okay. And then Slim does the same thing. He says absolutely nothing, but he has this look on his face like, when? Because I'm ready. Like, if he ready was a phrase, it would be Slim's face. Like,
You ready?
all of that. I just want to point that out.
Nah, it's gonna
I'm
happen.
done.
Don't worry.
Maybe Friday.
It's like I'm like Trump's healthcare plan. It's coming. It's coming.
On that note,
I'm Mr. Brown.
Slim.
And if you don't know why that's funny, America, Google. And I'm Cass.
And I'm B. Anthony.
And we are.
The Brodies.
I thought you weren't doing that anymore.
I just want to get them upset.
He gave me kind words.
Gave you all those kind words.
This is why Dev is there towards
He
that.
said little brother, so I gotta act it.
Bitches.